Hi, this is Calvin Cox. It's Sunday, April 20. The year is 2014, and it's 8:56 p.m. And one thing I'd like to share with you right now is avocado and tomato sandwiches. Really good. And they're really healthy for you too. Yeah, I was just thinking about something. Excuse me. It's called gold. Gold. You know that metal that's very, very expensive? Well, yeah. It's kind of crazy because we take all this gold, we have it in Fort Knox, we have a huge amount stored in Fort Knox, a huge amount stored in New York in some vaults somewhere, and you have it stored, I guess, at other places around the country, and it's stored in other countries in vaults, and the thing is, it's so crazy about it, it's not being used. It's stored up and saved. And it backs up other people's transactions. But the fact of the matter is, gold would be more useful, would be absolutely more valuable in a sense if it could be used and put back in circulation and used for a lot of different things like electronics, certain instrumentation that could go in automobiles and cameras, cars, on and on and on. Not just the microelectronic circuit parts, but other parts like contacts. Gold is a very unique metal. It's good for roofing. And you may think, oh, that's insane. Who's going to put, a $1,000 or $2,000 an ounce roof on a building? Well, if there were a way we could figure out to find something else that was as valuable or as useful to act in place of gold and put a unit of that new thing we figured out into the storage vault and subtract an equal amount of gold out and put it back into circulation, into many, many multiple ways it can be used. Think about this. Wouldn't a roof on a building that lasts 200 years or 300 or 400 years be useful? Well, gold is such a thing. Used to be down in Georgetown. The Riggs Bank down in Georgetown was coated with gold. As I recall, I think that was gold. And the stuff it doesn't decay. It has incredible resistance to corrosion. Gold is good for fillings in your teeth. It's hundreds and hundreds of uses for gold. And it's all sitting in these places stored up in these bricks about so big, I guess. Weigh a huge amount. It's very, very heavy. Not being used. It's kind of crazy. Imagine this. Imagine if glass... Okay, let me get some of this glass real quick. I don't have the answer. I have the idea. I have some thoughts about what I'm talking of, trying to illustrate a point and bring it about so that maybe somebody out there can kind of connect the dots and say, yeah, we should try and do things differently, because it really does make sense. If you could get the gold out there and start using it again in all the myriad ways you can use it, it would be even more valuable because it would allow industry to function better and more efficiently in so many different ways. That's why we need to think about it different. Now, the point I want to throw out to you, this is glass, okay? This is silicon and oxygen. This is silicon dioxide. Now, suppose, okay, now this is my point. Suppose glass were as valuable as gold. What would that mean? What it would mean is you wouldn't have any windows in houses because all the glass would be stored in a vault somewhere. Okay, it wouldn't be out there, so you wouldn't have windows. What a drab, pathetic reality. You wouldn't have windows you could look at it out of your house, or a window you could open and get fresh air in. I guess the windows would have to be made out of wood, but that doesn't really work well. You know, light travels through glass. It just doesn't fit. Okay, so suppose the glass was as valuable as gold. It would be stored in a vault someplace and you couldn't use it. There wouldn't be windows in houses. All these office buildings would not have windows. Okay, it just wouldn't work. So think about that. Another thing is, suppose that now if I can get this out of my pocket, if I still have it in my pocket. Oh crap, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. I'm running out of power. I got to conclude this. Okay, suppose metal, right here. Okay, all kinds of metal. Suppose metal were as valuable as gold. Okay? And suppose concrete were as valuable as gold. First of all, you wouldn't have rebar because it's metal and concrete. So we wouldn't have any buildings, okay? Because all concrete and metal would be in a vault, stored somewhere, because its value was incredible. Okay, do you understand my point? Need to somehow figure out a way to maybe put something of energy credits, you know, a year's worth of power in your home at however many watts per day, you know, would be a block of energy that's been pre-purchased, would be put in the vault, and an equal amount of gold would be subtracted out. We need to take that gold and put it in circulation, bring its price down. We need to be able to use it. It's useful for humanity in hundreds, if not thousands of ways. And we need to think about that. All right, thanks.